Hey, what's up everybody? It's the People's Crypto. I'm finally back with another video. A lot of things have been going on in the past 2 weeks, so I'm so sorry I haven't been able to drop any new content, but I'm back now. But I really wanted to shed some light on this very interesting, ironic, and funny Goldman Sachs news. I'm gonna touch other things in coming videos because I've been kind of like planning things out. But I just had to touch on this because this is so funny, and this just goes to show that your JP Morgans, your Goldman Sachs, all of your big Wall Street players or financial institutions, they've been lying to us, and they've been doing backhanded things to prevent people, or should I say the masses, getting into cryptocurrency and other assets. Now, it's pretty messed up. It's shady business, but you have to expect that because we're about to go through a reset. So they actually do need a percentage of the population, or should I say the majority of the population, to not buy into cryptocurrencies, precious metals. So they unfortunately they have to do this. And it's going to be messed up because there's going to be a select few of people who I believe will be well off. Hopefully you don't sell your crypto during the next phase up, because we'll probably reach something really ridiculous. We may even reach, I would say, anywhere between 50 to, I would say, $800,000 per Bitcoin. I know that's pretty out there in terms of price, but in this market, you kind of have to expect that. And it's going to be real difficult for some people to not take profits. I think you should take profits on this next run up, but be very careful and do not sell all your Bitcoin if you have more than one. If you have a couple 100,000 or a couple million Satoshis, just be very, very careful and keep in mind that this asset will continue to go up no matter what. So if you sell this one Bitcoin for, let's say, 600,000 or 500,000, whatever the price is, and you don't keep enough to buy on the way back down, you actually could miss the boat. So be very, very careful, because Bitcoin is a unique asset in which you may not need to go back into fiat currencies to benefit. So if you just hold on to your Bitcoin long enough, it will come to a point where you won't need to backpedal back into fiat to spend or live the good life, or, do whatever you want. So just keep that in mind. But this is so funny. So let's just get back to the Goldman Sachs thing. So a couple months ago, June 6, 2020, Goldman Sachs, there's this article. So it says Goldman Sachs tells clients Bitcoin isn't good, but it seems to secretly like it. The article then goes on to say, last week, a presentation from the Wealth Management Division of Goldman Sachs noted that cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, are not an asset class. It said hedge funds are trading it due to high volatility, not with a visible investment rationale. All right, so there's that. So they're saying one thing and they're doing the other. You can find this article on Forbes. But then, really interesting. But then we have this article. So it says, this is on CNBC. It says Goldman names new head of digital asset and bet that blockchain is the future of financial markets. But wait a minute. Didn't they just said just a couple months ago that Goldman Sachs tells clients Bitcoin isn't good, but it seems to secretly like it. So they're not looking out for their clients' best interests. But why would they do that? But then, fast forward. So Goldman names new head of digital asset and bet that blockchain is the future of financial markets. But this is the BS that these institutions play. So they hired this guy. So, this is BS. And unfortunately, there was another video that I did that basically showed how JP Morgan and many other wealthy investors were taking a dump on Bitcoin, essentially, and cryptocurrencies, telling the general public that it's rat poison, that it's trash, that it's this, that it's that it's not good, it's in a bubble. Cool. But then behind closed doors, these same people are actively stacking their coffers. They're stacking sats, or they're buying Bitcoin when they say negative things and the price dips. These people are buying it all up. So, we will have a future, unfortunately, where these people are still around. They're extremely wealthy. They were buying Bitcoin for Lord knows how long. And unfortunately, the majority of the population will probably be poor and broke. Now, if you're listening to this and you've already been buying Bitcoin, consider yourself part of the future 1%. If you have, I believe it was, the article was, if you have more than 0.28 Bitcoin, you're part of the future 1%. I don't know if you're aware of what's going on, but excuse my language, but shit is hitting the fan financially. Almost all the states in the United States is broke. Basically, the U.S. is broke. Other countries, there's food shortages. Here in the States, we have food lines. A bunch of things is like a lot of floods is happening. There's explosions. There's things that people can't really explain that's happening globally. Just look it up. Do your research. Really pay attention to what's going on. A lot of stuff is happening. But their main focus tends to be this public health crisis, which, don't get me wrong, it is something to be concerned about. But there's other things that's going on, like the things that's going on in the financial markets right now. Yes, the NASDAQ hit its all-time high ever. That's great, but you have over 50 million people in the States that are unemployed and they're not working. Also, there's going to be this unfortunate eviction crisis that's going to happen very soon. And it's not just one or two people, it's entire families that's going to lose their apartments or their homes. So there's a lot of bad things that's happening, and a lot of it is by design. Unfortunately, there's a old saying in government where they do not let a crisis go to waste. And unfortunately, they're not letting this go to waste. They're dragging their feet with the stimulus that's supposedly supposed to help the American people, but let's be honest, $1,200, even if it is distributed to the American public, it's not going to help them. It is too late. It is a joke. It is unfortunate. Some people unfortunately used it to purchase sneakers, clothing, or whatever. Others used it to pay credit card bills off, and some other people used it to buy food. Things are going to get a lot worse. If you are not buying cryptocurrencies, if you are not buying gold or silver, I'm going to let you in on something that you probably are not aware of. At least here in the States. Maybe other places you may have some options. But things are going to get so bad that all the small businesses here in the States that have permanently shut down, all the people who are unemployed, there's going to come a time where you become extremely dependent and reliant on your government. And I hate to tell you this, but they do not have your best interest at hand, because they're allowing all of this to happen. They're bailing out the big banks. They're bailing out all of these big corporations that have money, and they were being irresponsible with their money, and they're still giving them more money to supposedly keep the markets and these corporations afloat, right? But they're not helping the American people. They've abandoned the American people. So what's going to happen is this. Because of this public health crisis, there will come a point in time where, okay, we're going to give everyone UBI. What they'll probably do, and hopefully I hope this does not happen, what they'll probably do is, if you want UBI, you have to get vaccinated. That's what they'll probably do. And there'll be perks, of course, with, getting your vaccine. There'll be tons of perks. The problem becomes, how do we know if it's safe? How do we know There's no side effect, and there's always side effects with all of these things. And that's going to be the thing you're going to have to really consider. For the people who have Bitcoin, gold, and silver, chances are they probably could black market their way into probably getting this thing. When I say getting it, it's basically a lie. So people who are in crypto, Bitcoin, gold, and silver, they'll probably be able to pay their way and make believe like as if they got it, but they really didn't. So they'll be able to go to certain places, do whatever they want to do, or they'll have a pass. They'll say, okay, yeah, you're exempt or whatever, or it may be a fake stamp to say, hey, yeah, you got everything done. They'll be able to bypass the system on the black market somehow, some way. There's always a price that you have to pay to bypass the market. For everyone else, you're gonna have to get it, and honestly, I do not know what the side effects of that vaccine will be, but I can assure you that it will probably not be good. And if the entirety of the US population, the Canadian population, the Chinese population, all of these other places, if you don't have money, I'm assuming you'll probably have to take this thing. I don't know when things are already getting worse, but it's getting worse by the minute. Gold and silver has been outperforming like crazy. It did a little bit of a pullback on Friday. Cryptos also did a little bit of a pullback on Friday. Now, what usually tends to happen is when we have these little pullbacks, then they go to the moon. If you have children and you're listening to this, or if you intend to have children and you're listening to this video, I urge you to please, if you love yourself, get into this market before it is too late. Because what tends to happen is people look at one Bitcoin, people look at one ETH, people look at all of these things and they think, oh, okay, it's like 10,000, it's too late. Or I'll wait until the price, drops. I don't think the price is dropping. I don't think so. I think you might have missed that boat. Get in while you still can. 11K for Bitcoin is still relatively cheap. I think with maybe like now $100 or maybe $200, it may be a little bit more than that, can get you around 1,000,000 Satoshis, or 1,000,000 stats, if you will. Get in before it's too late. I'm going to be dropping some other videos that's going to be showing a bunch of crazy stuff relatively soon, probably in the next following day. I just got to put these things together. But the elites, or the people with money, the 1%, whatever you want to call them, these people are loading up on Bitcoin. They have no intention whatsoever to become broke. They're loading up on gold. They're loading up on silver. They've been manipulating the price for quite some time. They've been buying as much as they can. And I think it's only a matter of time before they let these prices just go straight to the moon. And the general public will be, excuse my French, shit out of luck. And it seems like that's what the plan is. Once the majority of the population has absolutely no wealth, and all of their wealth has been based in fiat, it's not going to look pretty. The dollar will probably crash and burn along with all other fiats, but what they'll do is they'll probably do some exchange program where if you have X amount of dollars, they'll give you whatever the new digital unit of exchange will be. And it will be government backed. If you have gold, silver, Bitcoin, Ethereum, or any of those other cryptos, I think you'll have tremendous buying power opposed to those new digital government backed fiat, because that's what it'll be. It'll just be digital fiat where the physical cash will no longer be utilized. They're already coming here, at least in the States, for the coins. We have a coin shortage, all by design. Everything is by design. They're using this public health crisis to get their new agenda pushed through, and it's happening effortlessly because people are complying. No one is really trying. Well, some people are questioning things, but it's not enough people. So, people are thinking things are going to go back to normal. They're absolutely not. They're going to get far worse. And this is just the beginning, unfortunately. If you're not in this market, and I don't know what to tell you, because things are about to get really bad. And it's, unfortunately, this is just the beginning stages of it. Let's take a look at the cryptocurrency prices for today. Bitcoin's at 11,610.54. Ethereum pulled back. It's at $380.33. XRP is 29 cents. Tether is $1. Bitcoin Cash is 302.30. Bitcoin Satoshi's Vision is 226.74. Chainlink is $10.62. Litecoin is $57.27. Cardano is 14 cents. Binance Coin is 22.15. EOS is $3. Tezos is $3.10. Stellar is 10 cents. Monero is 92.77. And Tron is 2 cents. But as you can see, even looking at the current prices right now, they're all up significantly. Even with the pullbacks, Ethereum is nearing almost $400. It was at some time, but then it pulled back. XRP is doing great. Chainlink is doing great. Litecoin is doing great. Cardano is doing great. Tezos is doing great. I'm like, listen, please get into this market. Just do something. You have to exit the fiat system. It's crashing and it's burning, and it's all by design. I've showed you pictures with the Economist magazine from 1988 where it depicted a bird standing over all the world's fiat currencies burning. It's clear what they want. Just please share this video with any friends or family, and also please do your own research. They put this stuff out in the open. It's just that, unfortunately, people do not read. People do not look into things. It's crazy. You would think with all of the people who have college degrees and have done research projects and papers and assignments where they had to look things up, you would think that more people would be researching and looking into things. But no, they put on CNN, they put on Fox News, they put on whatever they believe. Oh, the Democrats, or they believe the Republicans, or it doesn't matter where you're located. People turn on the TV and they believe what's being told. They sometimes give you a little bit of truth with a lot of bit of false narratives. They put these things out there. Just please, people, please do your own research. Please look into what's going on. Look at the gold standard. Look at your purchasing power of any fiat currency. Look at the history of fiat currency. Look at how long it lasts. This system is over. It's clear it's over. Yeah, things are somewhat resuming and going, not really as they normally would, but people are still buying things with the dollar or whatever. But look at the price of precious metals, people. Look at the price of gold. Look at the price of silver. They're reaching astronomical levels. The prices have never been so high before. This is all being done on purpose. The people that know, if you know, you know, and you're making sure that your financial future will be okay. There's going to be some people that hold a significant amount of Bitcoin. They're never going to work again. The people that hold Ethereum, they're never going to work again. The people that hold a significant amount of silver and gold probably are never going to work again. The only issue with silver and gold is transportation. But yes, this is not going to end well. They do things like this so you don't buy it and you disregard it. And then when this comes out, nobody talks about it. They talk more about the negative they do than the positive. So just be aware of that, and also be aware of silver explodes, but why? Right? This is what, the 7th of August. Yeah, and look what it says. It says the silver market witnessed another explosive day. At midnight in London, the price of the metal was $26.90. By 9 p.m., it had rocketed to $28.95, a gain of over 7.6%. This is not normal. But then, we are not in a normal world. So, think about it. If it's not a normal world, why would you continuously use fiat. Fiat money is getting played out. It's going out of style. That's why they're printing so much of it. They're printing so much because it's going out of style, and they want it to collapse. And when it collapses, and you're sitting pretty with your pension or your retirement account or whatever account that you have with all of this fiat, and it's worth absolutely nothing, you're gonna have to beg the government for assistance. And then after that, they could basically do whatever they want with you. And that's what's gonna happen to a lot of people. They're gonna be caught with their pants down. And you know what? They're gonna get pimped. That's going to do it for this video. If you're listening to this on YouTube, I would highly appreciate it if you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. People have been viewing my channel, surprisingly, but they have not been subscribing, so please subscribe. If you're listening to this on LBRY, please feel free to repost the video, share the video, and if you want, you can also drop a support or some LBC tokens as well. That is going to do it for this video. Thank you for listening, and I will see you at a later date. See ya.